Hey, hello, and welcome to the show. Whoops, what was that? It's me, JP. It's time for JP's product pick of the week, and time for me to accidentally reveal the product pick moments before I do it anyway. So thanks everyone for stopping by. Thanks to people over in our YouTube chat, as well as our Discord chat. If you're looking for that one, it's adafruit.it/Discord. Head there, you'll get an instant invite link thing to get your Discord connected up. Head to our server and then check out the live broadcast chat channel. That's where people are hanging out. So without further ado, I want to send you to the URL or the QR code. Pick either of those. They should go to the same place. To check out this week's product pick, head on over to that page. And from within that page, you should see this video streaming in real time. You'll be able to grab that product pick for a big discount during the show. There's no coupon code needed. You'll just throw it in your cart and purchase that before the end of the show or a little bit of a short grace period after the show, and you'll get it for half price, 50% off for today's product pick. But before I talk about it, let's jump back just a little bit in time. This is a respin of something that's been around for a long time, but got recently respun, and I'll have Lady Ada take us through the changes.
A lot of our TFT displays have been revised. As we ran out of previous versions, I decided to respin them. So this is like an old classic, the 1.8-inch TFT.
It's also respin by the quarter, and super nice fonts.
Super nice fonts, thanks to Penguin. Sometimes we have done slight tweaks, like for example, I think on this design I added some pull-up resistors on the reset CS pin lines. I turned some 0805 components to 0603 and some SOICs turned into T-stops. But the most important thing is on the bottom is that EyeSPI connector. And that's, you know, a lot of people like that we've redone all of our sensors with STEM QT port to make plug and play I2C. But what about SPI? I mean, like, especially wiring displays, often the display is not right next to the dev board. You want it panel mounted, and then like you have all these wires hanging off of it. Well, the EyeSPI connector is designed to make that easy. It's a standardized flex connector with SPI and power and backlight and, you know, touch interface control and IRQ, all the pins that you expect that you would want for a display, or e-ink or OLED or whatever, all on a flex cable to make it very easy for you to be able to have the display far away. We have 200 millimeter cables. They work fine. I mean, you're going to have to experiment with speed versus cable distance, but it solves the problem of like, I want to have a display and I don't want to have long, you know, 1-inch stranded cables and they just come loose. So the 1.8-inch display, it's otherwise the same shape, size, code, everything. We've just added this connector, so that should make it much easier for people to interface with.
Yes, indeed, it should. So let me jump to this down shooter here, where I've got one display on display. Handsome board, great looking fonts on there. So this right here is my product pick of the week this week. It is the 1.8-inch TFT display breakout with MicroSD and EyeSPI. So the EyeSPI is really the big news on this, for me at least, as far as the respin goes. Having that little flip connector there so that you can put a ribbon cable in and connect it up to one of our EyeSPI breakouts, or eventually some of our microcontroller dev boards will have that connector on them as well, means your wiring is so much neater, so much more simplified. In this case right now, the wiring to the display ends up just being the one nice, neat, easy ribbon cable, which makes putting projects together a lot easier. There's still a bunch of wiring going on from a breakout, EyeSPI breakout, to the microcontroller, but even that should be a thing of the past for a lot of microcontroller dev boards when we eventually come out with boards that have that connector on them. So first of all, let's head to the site here. If you point your browser over to adafruit.com/product/358, you can also, by the way, do adafru.it/358. That's the quick shortened URL version of getting to any product ID. You can take a look here. This is $9.98 right now during the show, not later, not tomorrow, not later today, just during the show. There's no coupon code, there's no rain checks. Get them while they're hot, get them while they last. You'll see that we have a nice picture there, actually, of a breakout in action. So you can see the display has just the ribbon cable running to the back of it, 18-pin ribbon cable, flexible. And then there's, in this case, the little breakout board we have, and you can see there's a link there for throwing one of those in the cart, too, if you want to add one along the way. They're $1.95. That has then pins that are running with jumper wires down to that cutie pie in the picture, but this could be any microcontroller pretty much that can run the SPI display. For these displays, this one is an ST7735R driver chip on it. And there are libraries so that you can run this in Arduino as well as CircuitPython. This one also happens to be one of the reasons that I picked this one. We have a few of these displays now that have been respun with EyeSPI. One of the reasons that I picked this one is and this was a suggestion from Lady Ada. She said, hey, if you're going to demo this thing, maybe you can show that this is pretty much the default board for MakeCode Arcade. So let me show you what I put together here, which is, I'll jump to the down shooter. Get that out of the way there. So you can see I've got one of our 1.8-inch TFT displays with the EyeSPI connected up to EyeSPI Breakout, and then that's running to an Itsy Bitsy M4. And the reason I chose this is that you can compile games in MakeCode Arcade to run on the Itsy Bitsy M4 as well as the Feather M4. And you can see this is a really cute game that's on the main page of MakeCode Arcade that is about some mice performing Shakespeare, and you are the spot operator, and you got to keep the spotlight on the actor who is currently delivering lines, which is adorable and amazing, and I love it. You've even got a little mouse audience there. But this will work with any MakeCode Arcade game. Of course, it'll also work with CircuitPython and Arduino. You can see there I've hit a button for the pause screen, so you can see some nice icons bouncing around there. And in fact, while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and focus in on a close-up there, and I'll probably drop that exposure down a little bit so you can see the screen better. Yeah, maybe like that. There you can see, nice shot of the screen there. Let me go back to our game, so I'll unpause there. And you can see I'm moving the little spotlight around there, and now this guy can deliver their line. So this is let's see, let me give you some stats on this display actually. I think this is a 160 pixel by 138 pixel, no I lied, 128. 128 by 160 pixel display. It has 18-bit color, so that's something like 261,144 individual colors, not probably all at once, but that's the color depth of the screen. And it has SPI connectivity, so you can see there are breakout pins if you want to go directly soldered to pins or wires on your board, you can. But more likely you're going to want to take advantage of that nice little ribbon cable back there. And what else about this one? It has the MicroSD card on the back. So I'll bump that exposure back up. You can see, depending on your project, you may also want to add SD card for reading files, BMP files, WAV files, that sort of thing. These are SDI, or rather, these are SPI data as well, so that runs across this ribbon cable. So both your breakout for the microSD as well as the display stuff and a few other goodies are all heading over that ribbon cable there. So life has just become so much easier on your connections there with that ribbon cable. What else? I think, yeah, so this is a 3 volt and 5 volt compatible display, 3.3 and 5 volt. It can take care of either, which is great. It allows you to use a wide variety of microcontroller boards. And let's see, any other, so this has obviously it's got a backlight, right? This is illuminated here with a LED backlight. You can kind of see it peeking out under the screen there. You can PWM control that. So you can do some dimming effects or a couple of different brightnesses, maybe put into kind of a sleep mode, rest mode if you want. So you have control both of the backlight and of the display. And let's see. Yeah, let me show you, if we jump back over to, one second, let me find a page here. There you go. I'll show you, here's what the make code display looks like for that. Oh, am I not sharing that screen? Hold on. Bring that into this one. Will this work? This will probably break everything. Oh, it's trying. There we go. Yeah. So there's our little make code game. And when we want to put this on the microcontroller here, I'm simply pairing it up. If you look in Make Code Arcade, you have these options for choosing your hardware. Well, you'll notice, I think, the display on our Pi Badge and Pi Gamer and Edge Badge, I think those are also this display. I didn't double check that, but I think they are, which is why that one is the choice for connecting up either with STM32 based microcontrollers or with ATSAM-D51 microcontrollers. So if you download the compiled version of this one here, this is D5, it is going to have a config file built into the UF2 you download that assumes this display with this pinout. The pinout is actually, there's a guide about, I think if you click Learn More here, or maybe it's right here, Adafruit M4. If you click on this, you get some guidance here on hooking it up to Itsy Bitsy M4 with this exact display, earlier version, pre-ribbon cable, or with a Feather M4. So there's some nice options to do a little roll your own arcade machine, and unlike some of the others, you get this separation of the display from the rest of the project. That means you can build little miniature cabinets where your display is up here, or maybe you can do a game that's in Tate mode and flip it up on a vertical axis like that. So you've got a lot of options with this display. So let's see, what else have we got? Yeah, someone mentioned the cables are out of stock right now, which is a huge bummer. So I think that those, I'm assuming those will be coming back sometime soon. I'm hoping, because I want some more as well. These are really useful, and they come in a variety of sizes. If you can't wait, probably you can hunt these down on DigiKey. is my guess, or some other supplier. So if you look at the, this is an 18-pin FPC AB type cable, so that should be enough for you to go and find one. So let's see, anything else I forgot? If anyone has any questions in the chat, let's see. Yeah, Tackle the World, hooray for EyeSPI, indeed. Funny game. The little breakout for this, let me just show that. I'll show the Learn guide. So let me take extra picture-in-picture version of me out of there. Let me grab my Learn page. So here is the Learn guide, which is both for the 1.8-inch TFT breakout, which is what this is, as well as there's an Arduino shield. So this, you can tell, is an earlier product. I think this is what I say, item 358. So pretty early Adafruit product, but with a huge revision here. You can see the old one was blue. Here's the black one with the really nice new Penguin-based type on it and graphics on it. You can check out here in the TFT breakout fold down in the Learn guide the pinouts, and this will tell you all of the sort of classic pin connections as well as EyeSPI and what is running each of those off of each of those lines. And then there are some notes about the EyeSPI connector and cable there. It tells you how to insert that. Should be a link to the breakout there as well. It's in the fritzing there. Shows you how to plug these in, just so you get them right. The thing to remember, it helps me with these cables, is that the pins are facing the board. So if you see blue, that's right. If you see pins, that's wrong. We also have a, here's a little added section about assembling the breakout if you want to put pins on it, if you want to solder it in, put it into a permaproto or into a breadboard. And then we have the Arduino examples as well as CircuitPython examples. Here's some displaying bitmap maps on it. There's some nice images of the full color of the display, as well as grabbing your BMP files off of the MicroSD card if you're doing this Arduino example. And then some display I/O in CircuitPython. There's a number of ways you can communicate with it, but display I/O makes it really simple. You import display I/O, you import the ST7735R library for this particular chip, and then you can run your display as usual. So I think that will do it for today. Don't forget, head on over to, there we go, product 358. Head over to that page. We have 100 in stock. Okay, I think we stashed 200 before the show, so we've sold through a bunch of them, which is great. Go pick some up. They're really nice displays, great for a bunch of different styles of projects. And we'd love to see what you end up doing with them. So that is going to do it for today. That's my product pick. It is the 1.8-inch TFT display breakout with MicroSD and EyeSPI. And I will throw that back in the bag, hang it on the pegboard here, which is increasingly full. All right, for Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park. This has been JP's product pick of the week. Thanks so much for coming by, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.